Okay, so we're back with money principle number seven. Number seven. And this will be a short one because I've sort of like alluded to the points concerning it previously, but it bears repeating. And what is it? It's based on this particular phrase in the verse or in the passage. You entrusted me. This phrase was uttered by the guy who had been given 5 talents, and it's a very important phrase because it brings to light the concept how that guy viewed what he had been given. So you remember that the guy had been given 5 talents, and he went at once and put the money to work. But what does he say to the owner when the owner asks for an account? He said, "You entrusted me." Now, when someone says that, what he really means is that he understands that what he had been given does not belong to him. When you give somebody something in trust, it is based on the understanding that they only have it for a little time to manage, but at the end of the day, they are going to return it to its original owner. So that is why the guy said, "You entrusted me." He understood that this wealth was not his. So let's even buttress that with an example. So for example, I was maybe traveling to the Maldives, for instance, and I had this red Ferrari car that I didn't want to let be idle in my garage or in my car lot or whatever it is. And I come up to you because you're my friend and I say, "Hey, man, I'm going for a 3-month holiday in the Maldives. I'll be going to Jamaica. I'll be going to Trinidad and Tobago. I'll be back in 3 months. Why don't you use my red Ferrari car? You can use it. Just take care of it, and I'll be back." And you're like, "Okay, fine." So I go off on my holiday, thinking that my friend is going to take good care of my car, and I come back after 3 months, and you have totally totaled the car, right? Everywhere is it's I mean it's rusty, it has been bashed, the fender is this way, the side mirror is broken. You have mismanaged my car, you have mismanaged my resource. I gave you the car to use, I entrusted you with the car, and you have just mismanaged it. What do I think of you? I wouldn't even want to talk to you, I wouldn't even want to see you. You mismanaged my resource. You didn't take to heart the fact that I entrusted you with my property. You just used it any way you saw fit. So this guy who had the 5 talents understood the concept of entrusting someone with a resource. And he said, "You entrusted me with this resource." And based on that, this was the idea I had about it. I put the money to work and I multiplied it. And here you are with an extra 5 talents based on the original five that you were given. I multiplied its value. I managed it properly. And I'm here to give you not just your original investment, but also with a return on investment. You have to understand that he's the original businessman. And what does a business do? What does a businessman do? Or what does a businessman expect? He expects that when he makes an investment into someone or something, it's going to yield a return. So remember at the very beginning, God told man something. He said, "Be fruitful." But he didn't give man fruit. He gave him seed, right? Metaphorically speaking. But he didn't ask for seed in return. He asked for fruit. That is based on the presumption that whatever he gives you in seed form is supposed to be developed and is supposed to yield fruit. It's supposed to yield a return. That was the concept, or this is the concept that the guy with the 5 talents understood. You entrusted me with this resource. I developed it, I managed it properly, and I returned it, and here's the yield, right? So that is the expectation. So we're going to continue this subsequently.